Love the one within. Love the one within. Love the one within. Love the one within. Turn your heartache right into joy. Every girl and every boy, get it together, leave it all behind. Plant the seed for peace of mind. There's a road in the fisted glove, and the eagle flies with the dove, and your spirit calls from up above. Love the one within. One within. 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 Do 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 do. One within. Do 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 do. One within. Do 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 do. One within. One within. Love the one within. Thank you so much. All right, everybody. Happy Sunday. It's time for you to woke up this morning with my mind set on spirit. I woke up this morning with my mind.
Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hey, say hello to somebody around you.
Living in love and with my mind
Set on spirit. Living in love and with my mind.
set on spirit.
Hallelujah, hallelujah,
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
All right.
I think you should just sprinkle water. Holy water.
Yeah.
Good morning.
All right, so what's happening this week? Nothing. Nothing.
Number 29,
Four.
24.
What? Did it change? 27. Going once, going twice. 27's
Well,
got
there's
it.
200 and some entrants in the parade, and we're number 27. So that's good because we'll like walk in and we're going to be like, that's cool.
Right, right.
So
Before it gets too hot.
9:30, be there. We have T-shirts. You can either. I'm going to be there. We're going to have a blast. I mean, we have so much fun. We just laugh. And if you've never been in a parade, I should wear this.
I think you should.
And have the holy water. Right?
How much fun could that?
Converts.
Yeah,
You know?
or people will throw stuff at me, one or the
that's
other.
true.
I'm not sure.
That's true. So,
All right, so
that'll
don't
be
forget,
fun.
we have the Saturday event in Palm Springs for the.
If you're all there.
And we've got an amazing guest artist too. So if you don't want to march, then it's
Who's
not.
our artist? Is it
We have an amazing young man who he comes from rock and roll royalty. His name is Steve Rogers. His father is Paul Rogers from the famous band Bad Company.
Woo!
And he is amazing. Don't miss it.
So if you're not walking, be here.
You better be rocking.
Then you'll be rocking. You will be. To be here, but he's in Palm Springs, so he's going to be doing a great bowl of meditation, Tibetan bowls, native flutes. Anyway, he is wonderful. So please come here. There's flyers out in the foyer about that.
So the reason I'm dressed is because I'm showing up at the Halloween party today for the Rainbow Alliance at 5 o'clock. So today at 5 o'clock. The gutter, you all went right in the gutter. I saw that. I felt the energy.
Where's our confessional? We need our confessional in
All right,
here.
I'm getting this
All
thing
right,
off.
All right.
I don't
okay, so anyway, I want to thank all of our volunteers that helped last week so much for the Patriot Ride and for Cheryl who led that up and for Gary who's not here. But thank
There's been a real move to have a lot of more community opportunities, community service, people to gather together to do certain functions and create groups and go do things like have dinners and hiking and all sorts of things. So people want a sense of community, and that's why we created the member council. And the member council is going to be actually self-leadership. We're putting people in roles of leadership saying, you want to have a group? Let's do it. We'll make it happen. But we want to have another organizational meeting. We had a great meeting a couple weeks ago, and we had like 30 Everything at the center. It's her birthday. Let's walk. It's on Halloween. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Elizabeth. Take it away. You guys have it. Let's go.
All right, God is good and right on time. Ready? God is good. God is good, yeah. In that great get in the morning, God is good. God is good. I just love that part. God is good and right all time. 1, 2, 3. In that great getting up. I give thanks for my blessings. God is good. God is good. I give thanks for my blessings. God is good. I am grateful. Oh, yes. Time right on time. Amen, yeah.
Play a little ditty while we call the new members up, would you?
You got it.
There we go. We're going to call our newest members. Come on up. Come on, all my new members who came to the orientation in a couple days. Come on up. Here we go. There we go. There they come. Everybody, let's welcome them, our new members. All right. We had a total of 16, and these people are here today to join our center. So let's welcome them. And yes. You all have a card. I'll start out. The Center for Spiritual Living, Palm Desert. You know our vision. We are changing lives one heart at a time. Part of our mission statement is we are a dynamic, open, and inclusive spiritual community. to demonstrate through my example and to share the science of mind and spiritual principles with others. The center, I recognize that together we as a community support and sustain its programs and services and thereby bless and serve humanity. Through my membership, I honor the Spirit in me and the Spirit at work through the Center for Spiritual Living, Palm Desert. And so it is. Let's welcome our newest members, everybody. Together. We are a dynamic, open, and positive faith community that accepts all religions. Our mission is to awaken you to your divine nature, empowering you to live the life of create the life of your dreams. We are changing lives one heart at a time. It's the robe. It just threw me off. That whole thing threw me right back to Catholic school. But I did love the gloves. The gloves. I'm totally getting why that's... All right, never mind. All right, we got to get serious. We have some serious spiritual work to do today. Yeah, there is a lot of spiritual work to do. Let's close our eyes, take a deep breath in. Close our eyes, settle into the seat. One more time. Take a big inhale in and sigh on the exhale. Again, here we are on a day when there's some things going on in the world that are extremely disturbing. So, in order for us to change our life and the life outside of this center, it requires that we move out of that emotion and into a place of complete harmony and balance with our own bodies and what we do here at the center. So for just a few moments, we have to put the outside world on pause and put our own life on a temporary pause while we go through this meditation so that we become open and receptive to this morning's message. So let's take another deep breath in. And we can change the world one heart at a time. We can change the world one heart at a time. I see you, I know you, you're a part of me. And we can change the world one heart at a time. We can change the world one heart at a time. I see you, I know you, you're a part of me. My heart is ready to love. My heart is open to love. Love, love, love. we can change the world, one heart at a time. We can change the world, one heart at a time.
Good morning, Center for Spiritual Living, Palm Desert. Welcome to today, yet another beautiful Sunday morning. I invite you, as you continue in this same state of sweet consciousness, to take in another deep breath, a really deep breath, and hold it. Hold it as you know that today is the first day of the rest of your life. Hold that breath as you know that today is a day you get to create the way you want it to be. Hold that breath knowing that today is a day you get to choose what you will accept and what you will change. Today is a day. Today is a day that's your day. And release that knowing, release that breath knowing that anything that stands between you and knowing that today is the day you get to choose is just fake news. It's not a reality. And so I am knowing that on this day there is one mind, one life, one amazing energy that governs, that rules this magnificent universe. This one mind is patient. This one mind is courageous. This one mind is magnificent. This one mind is magnanimous. This one mind is God. And I am knowing, so knowing that as I'm wrapped up around and I allow this Spirit, this God to move in and around and through me, I am knowing this Spirit gives me the courage to show up and be present. And I am knowing if that's true for me, it is also true for each and every one of us in the room today. I, Francine Ward, I speak my word for myself and each of us knowing that today is a day where we get to choose. Today is a day where we get to decide what we accept and what we change. Today is our day. It's a day we take control. It's a day we are co-creating with this power, this magnificent power, and knowing that if this power is within us, then we truly have the power to make the change. Today is a day that we get to accept those few things that we cannot change, other people. But today is a day that we get to change the world. We get to change our attitude. We get to change our behavior. We get to change our belief. We get to change the conditions in our life. Today is a day we get to choose to take action. No longer sitting on the sidelines waiting for things to happen. Today is a day we stand up, we take a stand. We choose love, we choose life, we choose liberty for all. Today is a day we take a stand for ourselves, for we know that by taking a stand for ourselves, we take a stand for others. And by taking a stand for others, we take a stand for ourselves. Today is a day that I know the difference between what I accept and what I change. Today is a day I take action. And I am knowing if that is available to me, it is also available to you. This powerful mind, this powerful God that speaks through and around us, gives us the strength to do everything we need to do on this day. And for that, I am thankful. I give thanks for the power, for the courage, for the energy, for the willingness to accept what I can't change. And I give thanks for the power and the courage and the strength and the willingness to do the hard work, to take a stand today for myself. I give thanks for the opportunity to be here this morning and serve my spiritual community. I give thanks for each and every one of you that's come here, that's filled this amazing room with love and laughter. I give thanks for each and every member of the concierge that prepared this beautiful table for us to partake upon. I give thanks for the audiovisual. I give thanks for each and every member of the musical staff that's so sweetly just creates a space of love and laughter. I give thanks for each and every practitioner that holds up this container call Center for Spiritual Living Palm Desert, and I give thanks for the ministers that create the opportunity for us to just be. So I'm knowing that today, Reverend Joe's message is good, and it is very good. I am so knowing that Reverend Joe shows up in the most amazing way that he can show up. And so on this day, I am knowing that with love in my heart and gratitude in my spirit, I release my word knowing that it is done. And if any piece of what I've said resonates within you, within your heart, within your mind, I invite you to say with me, and so it is. Amen.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Please join me. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul. take a deep breath in. So as we make our way around the world in this next song and envision people from other cultures, other religions, I'd like us to make our first stop in Pennsylvania to all those who've been affected by that tragedy there, and let's just give them our highest and best good and see the face of God in everything that's happening. Even though we may not be able to explain it, let's just see them there. Please join me. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are my family. You are the face of love. You are the face of love. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of love. Last time through, you are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are my family. You are the face of love. You are the face of love. You are my family. You are my family. You are the face of love. You are the face of love.
Stand up for me, and we'll stand together. I'm the sky above you, and I love you. We are one.
Stand up for me, for your great grandmother, for your sister, brother, and each other. We are one.
Be the light, be the answer, be the music in the dark. Stand up for me, and I'll stand beside you. I'm the light that guides you from inside you. We are all one. Be the way the sun to shine. Stand up for me. Stand up for me. Stand up for me. Won't you stand for me? Stand up for me. Stand up for me. Stand for me. Stand up for me. And I'll stand beside you. I'm the light that guides you from inside you. We are one. We are one. We are
Thank you, Jerry Lynn, and thank you to the band. Thank you, thank you. So, it's a really challenging job to be a minister in these times. Because quite often I am standing in front of you after some just unbelievable stuff going on in the world. Do you agree? Yeah. So I'm struggling. I'm struggling because my nature is to, well, put it this way. Part of my work has always been to be Norma Ray. You know what I mean? To like ring the bell, I'm angry, I'm upset with something, and I have to rethink that. So today I just want to have a couple conversations with you because I'm processing while you're processing. Once again, we have to process together as a community. So I'm going to hit some things that I have a hard time listening to. I have a hard time thinking I can change into this. And maybe you might be feeling the same way. So I'm coming from the book, the Working with the Law by Raymond Hollywell. It's called the 11 Truth Principles. And I wrote my talk, and then all of this stuff happened, and I'm going to stick with part of it. But it's funny, and there's no such thing as a mistake or coincidence, because I'm going to read the opening line to this chapter called "The Law of Non-Resistance." The law of non-resistance. Written in 1964. Did I tell you that? So this is 54 years old. Our interest in this law of truth is especially opportune at this time when, to many earnest students, there seems to be so much in the world to be met, which apparently cannot be met unless some resistance is set up. Error and sickness seem to have multiplied despite all the efforts made to counteract them. Resistance as a means of securing peace and harmony is a mistaken and misleading idea. True harmony cannot come from inharmony, nor peace from discord. Resistance fails because it is not in accord with harmony and order, which is the law. All right, so I got to put Norma Ray's bell down for a little bit. Because my intuition, my inclination, my paradigm, my behavior has always been something in the world happens and it makes me angry and I want to fight back. Right? And what this is saying is, in spiritual principle, If I fight, what will I get in return? A fight. But I want to fight because I feel like it's right, because I've been raised that when something is wrong, ring the bell, Norma, and go for it. And so I've been challenged with my paradigm. Anyone else feel a challenge in this time? I feel a challenge in this paradigm because it's like my intuition, not intuition, my inclination is to do something. And how am I going to bring about harmony if I'm going? Does that make sense? So I have to rethink this again. You know, the challenge about being a student of truth is sometimes you think you got it down, and then you read something, you realize, I've got it all wrong. And I'm like, holy cow, I got to start over again with this. Non-resistance means that instead of fighting conditions, we go along with the universe and refuse to admit that there is any problem that does not have a solution. I am not very good at this because it kind of feels like it goes against my internal nature. And so this is something I need to work on. And I'm not sure about you. Does anyone else need to work on this because there's this feeling inside of you? So we need to work on this together as a faith community to figure out, how are we going to do this? How are we going to match our consciousness with the times that we're experiencing in our own personal lives and outside of this room? Next slide, please. None of these things move me. That's something that we hear. None of these things move me. The outside world and the things that are appearance, none of them move me. So how can I get to that? How can I get to that where nothing throws me out of the flow? So I was thinking about the word flow. And what flows but water, right? So I want to read this about water when it comes to the law of non-resistance. He says this: water is very powerful, yet it is a perfect non-resistant element. We can see where it has worn away the hardest rock. We have seen it sweep everything before its torrential outbursts. Bridges, buildings, trees, nothing can withstand its force. Yet note how the great river begins. It starts with the small stream or small brook up in the mountains where the ice and the snow feed it in the springtime. Note also that there is a very crooked little stream, nothing like the great river it finally flows into. You see the little stream of water run into a huge boulder, a fallen tree, or debris made up of bushes, decayed leaves, and the like. Does the little stream stop with the obstacle and wait for its force to build up so that it can push the opposition out of its path? No. The little stream is not interested so much in the boulder or the tree as it is hurrying along and reaching the larger stream or the river, and then the mighty ocean. It does not waste time with the obstacle, but quietly works its way around the interference and hurries on. It is urged to meet a river and then be a part of the mighty ocean. Thus we see that little stream wind its way round and round, many crooks and turns, but every turn takes it nearer to its goal. Okay, so it's not about me gathering my water and your water and your water and your water and all of our water and creating a giant wave to move something. Because our inclination is, if I put my water together with your water, we can, and we get everyone's water in this room, we can move it. We can move that mountain. But what it's really saying is, in my opinion, when I read this, my little water just needs to pay attention to its little water. And I just need to move around the things. Now, that doesn't mean I agree with them, but I'm not going to move the obstacle. I have to move the consciousness around it. I've got to stay in my flow because my resistance is going to bring about what else? Yeah. It's so counter to what I feel sometimes. So I struggle with this. I mean, I'm letting you know, I am not good at this part. Anybody that knows me knows that when Hurricane Hooper arrives in the office, watch out. So I have to work on this. Resistance is hell, for it places us in a state of constant torment. When you're constantly in a state of resistance, you're always in conflict. It always feels like I'm fighting and fighting and fighting. And how do I bring about peace and harmony when exactly all I want to do is do this? And it never seems to come because I'm always marching. I'm always marching. I'm always marching. And then part of me goes, okay, as a gay man, I've had to march. I've had to march in order to adopt our daughter. When we adopted our daughter, it was illegal. When we adopted her, we went before the judge, and we were the first same-sex couple to jointly petition the courts in California in 1997. We had to, what I feel like we had to fight for this to happen. But when I think about it, it wasn't a fight. It was love is love, and love is always prevails. What's right is right. Right always prevails. So I shouldn't have looked at it as a fight. I should have looked at it as love prevailing. Do you see the change in the way we in context? It wasn't, I should have never said, we're fighting for this. No, we're loving for this. For this, I'm loving enough. I'm giving myself in love, not in an angry way. Does that make sense? So I had to really, I'm struggling with this, and I know, is anybody else struggling? I mean, do we feel like there's kind of an energy that we need to work on? Because again, our inclination is to do something that's not that way. Nothing on earth can resist an absolutely non-resistant person. Have you ever met one of those? Yeah. You meet that person, you're like, wow, I am loving you. And they say, and I am loving you. And then someone else says, and I'm loving you. And it's just a big old love fest. That's what we need to become more of. Again, I think, I was reading about one of the victims in the temple. It was a 97-year-old Holocaust survivor. And you think, really? You made it through all this, and this is what happens. And I'm thinking, oh my God, how do you minister through some crazy crap like that? I can't. Sometimes there are no words, because there are no words for this. It feels wrong. But am I going to embolden the wrong anger, or am I going to empower love? Sometimes I don't understand how the world works through its stuff, how certain things happen. And I guess we're not supposed to. I mean, we look at tragedies and we go, oh my God, how could this happen? How could all this stuff keep happening? And what is it trying to do? And I keep thinking that these obstacles keep building up so that lots of little streams are going to fall into a giant river, into a giant ocean of love, and we're going to make a shift, because I truly believe that there are more people in the world, not just the United States. There are more people on this earth who believe in love and harmony and peace than there are people who are adamant about the discord. So I got to make sure my stream stays peaceful. Whew. With this energy? To work with the power, you must give it right of way and still a reasoning mind. So I have to give it right away and a reasoning mind. So it sounds reasonable, doesn't it? Love gets love. You can't create harmony from discord. You can't create peace from discord. That makes sense, doesn't it? And then in the same breath, you go, but. Don't you say that? But I can't sit by and let this stuff happen this way. But what if I'm acting from a place of love? What if I'm working with the power and give it right of way, and the reasoning mind says, you know, Joe, 1964. This was written in 1964. I was 1. And we're still looking at the same stuff. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm getting it. This is a cyclical thing. This is a thing that's creating itself, and that while we go through ebbs and flows of things in our life, in our whole life, we see ebbs and flows of things. Okay, Joe, but the trajectory is always on an upward slope, even though within the trajectory there are ups and downs. Because I truly believe that there's more good than bad. The bad just gets great press. And social media, it's just everywhere you look. So in the Bible it says, agree with thine adversary quickly. Really? Wait, what? You want me to what? I think that's crazy. When I read that, I think, there's no way in hell I can agree. Oh. But it says, are you ready? Love thine adversary. In another verse, Jesus expressed the law more simply. He said, I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, pray for them that despitefully use you. In studying this statement, one might at first think the master was favoring the enemies, the opponents. Not at all. Jesus, the teacher, was speaking to all who desire to use the law. If I'm going to use the law, I can't use it in an adversarial condition. That's an abuse of the law. Does that make sense? That's not going to create the good. It's going to create more disharmony. All right? He goes on to say this. To extend a loving thought to anyone or anything removes the opposition and anger that once seemed there. This removal must first be in the person's consciousness. Once the thought of anger is removed from your consciousness, you will not attract the same condition to you. Okay, let me breathe through that one. And then I remember hearing you've read these stories, where a mother's son is murdered. And I know you've read these stories. And she goes to the prison, and she is face to face with the person who killed her son. And we've read these stories where she says, she says, I forgive you. I forgive you. And I love you. Whoa. I wonder how long it would take me to go there. Have you ever thought about that? And how do you sit there and go, wow, that would be really hard to do. Take my loved one away, and then I got to sit there and say, I forgive you? Oh. But who's releasing who from the prison? She's releasing herself from what could be a lifetime of imprisonment in her mind and anger and hatred. And so she would continue to attract that into her life experience. And so you look at that and you say, okay, when I put it in that context, it makes sense. But, oh my God, can I do that? Can we do this? And the answer is, I don't think we have a choice, a spiritual choice. Because to do anything else is to bring more of this stuff in. Are you with me? Every failure, confrontation, or challenge is a God experience, and believe them to be a necessary component on the pathway to success and happiness. Every one of these things. I don't understand the why. God, I don't understand the why sometimes. And the methodology by which the universe is expressing this, and people are misusing the law, but then again, when they misuse the law, it gives me an opportunity to stand in front of you and to say, come on, we need to examine this as a community, as 600 people that came to the center today. It's like, can we look at this and try to make this shift? And I think that's what's happening. I think there's this shift happens, right? Shift happens. And sometimes it appears like the other word that begins with S, right? And we don't understand it, and we can't make sense of it. Many people suffer from a form of NRSDS, non-resistant spiritual doormat syndrome. Because we believe if we gave into that idea that we would become a doormat. And we worry about that because we're like, I will not give in because then it looks like I'm lying down and people will walk over me. He says this about doormats. We need not be an easy mark nor a doormat for anyone, for there is a greater power to be reckoned with, the power of the law when you use it. Yet this does not make us powerless, but it makes us a master. This does not require us to be hard-boiled or boisterous in order that we may maintain our rights. Our rights are, when they are righteous, will uphold themselves. They are their own defense. They do not need us nor anyone to fight their battles. Now the law reads, we attract what we expect. So if one believes that we are an easy mark, a doormat, a weakling, if he expects to suffer imposition and must resort to warlike means for his protection, then they who take the sword shall perish by the sword. The law of life reacts upon us according to our understanding and application. So if I believe that by going into that state of love is making me a doormat and expecting other people to do things, then my expectation will be met. But if I think that the power of love can overcome things and that collectively love will change things, then that's the greater power. Does that make sense? Discord is born and sustained and maintained through our own emotional discord. Take away the emotional response to discord and the situation fades away forever. That doesn't mean we can turn and look away from it and go, it didn't happen. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't feel what we're feeling. But it does mean that feel what you're feeling and then put it in context so we can use the law. It says, even the meek shall inherit the earth. What does the meek mean? Meek doesn't mean weak. Meek means people who understand how to use the law. They stand in respect to how the law unfolds so that it can unfold. If I don't stand in reverence to a law that works consistently every single time, then I will stand it, or I will fall by the sword. That's what that means. It doesn't mean that the timid in personality are doing that. It doesn't mean that the timid in personality are getting the earth. No, and that doesn't mean that we need to fight. It just means I have to trust the law to be the law to work this thing out. Holy God. We always expand what we emphasize. So now where's our conversation going to be? Where is our mental conversation going to be? Gosh, but darn it, I feel like, anybody else feeling it? Yeah. But look a Bible. But we know how spiritual laws work. And we know that they're exact and precise, and they work every time. There is no exception. There is not, but it won't work in this case. That doesn't exist. So if it works there, it has to work here. If it works over there, it has to work here. I have to keep remembering that wherever I am, the law is at work and I am working it. I need to have reverence for it, not be afraid of it, but to know how to use this. I need to stand in my strength. I need to stand in the strength of love, knowing that that is what's going to change. Whatever you agnetize, you magnetize and attract more of it in your life. Whatever you antagonize, just remember, when you're trying to antagonize something, it's going to actually bring more of it in. Which, because inside, I want to have that fight. So I'm always turning into myself and having conversation. Anybody else? We're going to have conversations with ourselves a lot. And it seems like I'm having this conversation all the time lately. And man, I tell you what, it's not that I'm complaining, but it's tough to be a minister in these times because you're like, what the heck am I supposed to say about this one? Give me a month of not having any of that stuff. I'd love a break. But I guess not, because I guess this is what's leading us to that. This is what's leading us to that. And I have to know that that's what's happening. And this is the last one, right, William? So I have to know that this is at the end of the day, everything that's happening is happening so that love can unfold more. Love is the answer. And I truly believe that there are more people who believe in that than who don't. And so I have to remember that we have the majority of people moving in a direction. And I don't know what it's going to take or how it's going to happen. The universe does. And while all these little things are firing off and going on in the world, I just have to know. And I got to keep it close to my heart that it's not the Norma Ray that's going to win. It's love that's going to win. And how do I present that? And how do I formulate that? How do I forward that as my own place of coming from that place instead of coming from the anger? Because oh man, I tell you what, it's so frustrating. I want to come from that. I want to ring the bell and I want to go to the mat and become a WWE wrestler. I want to do that. But that's not going to change anything. Because whatever I'm going to energize is going to become concretized. It's going to mesh its way up. So if I'm energizing my anger, it's going to be a bunch of concrete with anger in it that's going to be used as a weapon against me and others. I don't know. I think we got a big job. And I think we could, but you know what's interesting? Can you just imagine, for 1 second, open the door just like this much? I'm not saying swing the door wide open. I'm saying open up to the idea that everything that's happening in my life and in the world around me is happening for a higher good and purpose. And while I may not understand the how, I do know that there's a little bit of an opening there for me, that I can open the door just enough to begin to entertain the thought. And that's what I'm holding on to. Because as soon as I open up the door and I hold the thought, I then have to put spiritual law in place. And sometimes it takes a while to hold that door open. I get it. Because there's a lot of emotion, but remember what holds the emotion in place? Me. I got to open this door to love. What's the answer to this? Love. What is the answer? Love. What is the answer? More love. More love. More love. More love. More love. More love. And when I think that there's not enough, I have to know that there's even more love. Love is the only thing that's going to change any of this. So I have to come from there first. Does that make sense? I pray for the families and all those people that are affected by, not just this thing, but all the people that are being affected all over the world by all sorts of things. But I just pray for the families and the people affected by this. And I'm like, oh my God, be with them. Hold them up, hold them up, hold them up. Hold them up in love and let me love them. That's the only thing that's going to change this is going to be love. Action and love. And action coming from a place of love. Catch that. Action coming from a place of love. instead of action coming from anger. Action because it's the right thing to happen. Right is right, right always prevails. Love is love, love always prevails. Come from there instead of the anger that I'm used to coming from in situations like this. But that change has to happen right here. That make sense? So ends your lesson. There we go.
Thank you, Cardinal Hooper. That was really good.
Oh, by the way, Francine, when she said she said Reverend Michael, she was referencing Reverend Michael Beckwith, because that's the church. And I'm like, if you think I'm a Michael Beckwith, rock on. You book me on his tour, I'll be thrilled. Yeah, thank you, Francine, of that.
Okay. At this time, I'd like to call our ushers forward, please. And so let us prepare our offering as we come from that place of gratitude for everything that we have. And then those of you that are live streaming, there's a button there for donate, or you can also text your offering here.
All right, here we go.
Well, we got a bunch here. All right, so let us say our prayer together, please. I offer this gift with joy and gratitude. I receive freely and I give freely, knowing the love of circulation is working perfectly in my life and the life of this center. All right, thank you, guys.
We'll get it. All right, let's come from this place. Here we go.
Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my
All
life.
the way through one more time.
Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. It's up to me to be thankful. It's up to me to be kind. It's up to me to be grateful. It's up to me. It's up to me.
Everybody on your feet. Come on, join me. Let's go. Sing it out.
Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life.
One more time, all the way through.
Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life.
Last time.
Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life.
Yes, I do. I absolutely do. All right, tell everybody your name and how long have you been coming here?
I've been here for 7 years.
Wow.
Been a member for 6 of those.
Yay.
And my name is Lisa Olson. And I see so many faces in the audience that I've been to classes with, that I've had hugs with, that, hi, Barbara. And I have to say that this is the place, no matter what happens in my life, the good, the bad, the ugly, I come here and I know that this is where I'm going to get my good from. So I appreciate everybody giving their good where they get their good.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so let us bless this offering together, please. We bless this collective offering and receive it with gratitude, knowing it is spirit in action. As this currency flows through our center and beyond, it blesses many lives, including my own. And so this is Annie Meeks, the party girl, and she is going to be collecting the offering on the congregation's behalf. Thank you. Thank you, Annie. All right. Thank you, Lisa. That was beautiful. All right, at this time, I'd like to welcome our guests. If you are here for the first time, please stand. We have a gift for you. You're here for the very welcome. Welcome. All right. Well, thank you for coming. And what we're giving you is a CD with information about our center. Please stop by the foyer and pick up a CD of a couple of Dr. Joe's talks. We want to welcome you here. And if you're visiting, enjoy the Valley. If you're from the Valley, we hope you come back and make this your spiritual home. All right, so what's going on, William? I would like at this time, this is part of our prayer team that will be over in the O room, but I invite all our practitioners and ministers to stand up so that you can see who they are. So if you ever need any help, these are them. Kathy Dogood over there was holding high watch. I don't want you to think when you see somebody sitting there sleeping. They're not sleeping. They are in prayer. They are holding the consciousness for this service. So thank you all. Thank you for your service. And please, if you're going through anything, go over to the Om room. Anyway, don't forget everything. We have so much stuff going on this week, Soul Sisters, everything. Don't forget to set your clock back. And those of you that, don't forget, if you are walking next week, get the CSL t-shirt here at the office. You can get it during the week, or you can purchase the one from Rainbow Alliance, and we're the Rainbow Alliance one. So, and then if you're not going, be here Sunday and come and see me. So let's just do a close. Oh, and don't forget to get cake and welcome our new members, okay, over in Costa Hall. All right, I think that's it. Okay, let's just do a closing prayer. So let's just go into that place within ourselves where peace always resides, where that love and that compassion is. And so each one of us is like that water flowing gently down the stream. Coming upon an obstacle, we don't get upset. We just go around it or over it, and we hold that place of peace and love, knowing that we are making a difference by who we are, knowing that we, each and every one of us, with our love and our light, we are changing this world one heart at a time. And so we pray for all of those that have been affected by a loss this week. All of those that are living in that fear, we shine our light, blanketing them with our love, knowing that there is something magnificent that is coming out of all of this. And that as we stay this course in love, we know that it is unfolding, and it is unfolding perfectly. So in this awareness, in this place of knowing, this place of love and light, we just say thank you. We say thank you for everything in our life, for everything that gives us an opportunity to choose love. So I know that this is the truth. I know that all is well because it is all God. And I release my word into that divine law. And together we say, and so it is. Amen. Everyone have a wonderful week. Thank you.
Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Every day I wake up and I say, today